Hello everybody, I am Dhriti Parashar. In this video, we'll be talking about profit, loss and simple interest. First of all, let me tell you about my friend John. Yesterday, John went to a stationery shop. From there, he bought a ruler for himself. The ruler costs rupees 30. So, that means John gave rupees 30 to the shopkeeper. On his way back home, John met his friend Paul. Paul said that the ruler was very pretty. Paul wanted to buy that ruler from John. He asked John if he could do so. John said that he would certainly do so in exchange of 20 rupees. So Paul gave John 20 rupees and John gave Paul the ruler. After a while, when John reached home, he wondered if he had gained a profit or he was suffering from a loss. Let's help John figure this out. When we talk about profit and loss, we should know about two terms, CP and SP. CP is the cost price, whereas SP is the selling price. CP is basically the money spent to buy an object, and SP is the money for which the object is sold. In this case, the CP is rupees 30 because John bought the ruler for rupees 30 and he sold it to Paul for rupees 20. So the selling price here is rupees 20. In this case, we can observe that the CP is greater than SP. This means that the money John invested on buying the ruler was greater than the money he got after selling the ruler. So, in such a situation, we say that the person is suffering from a loss. So, when the cost price is greater than the selling price of the object, we say that it is a loss. Well, if it is a loss, then how do we calculate the loss? Simply, we just need to subtract SP from the cost price. So in this case, it is 30 minus 20, that is rupees 10. So John suffers from a loss of rupees 10. Now let's look at another situation. Here, a boy named Mark went to the market and bought a candy for rupees 10. And he sold it to his friend Eric for rupees 30. Now Mark wonders if he was suffering from a loss or he had gained a profit. So let's see. In this case, the CP comes out to be rupees 10, the price of the candy, and Mark sold it for rupees 30 to Eric. So the SP is rupees 30. In this case, we can see that the money invested by Eric is more than money invested by Mark. That means that Mark has invested less amount on the candy than he has gained. So over here we say that the selling price is greater than the cost price. In such a situation we say that there is a profit. Now if there is a profit, how do we calculate it? Well, we previously have understood that to calculate loss, we need to subtract SP from CP. So to calculate profit, we need to subtract CP from SP. So it goes like profit is equals to SP minus CP. Now let us see what is profit percent. If we need to take out the profit percent for this situation, first we need to find the profit, and over here we can see that the profit is of rupees 20. Once we found out the profit, all we have to do is to convert that to percentage. So for converting profit into profit percent, we say that it is profit divided by CP into 100. So profit, that is 20, divided by CP, that is 10, into 100. So this cancels out and the answer comes out to be 200%. Similarly, if we wish to calculate the loss percent, we can say that it is loss upon CP into 100. Now let's talk about simple interest. When we talk about simple interest, we need to know about three things: principal, time, and rate. Principal is the amount that is borrowed, time is the time period after which the amount has to be returned, and rate is the rate of interest. So when we multiply all these three and divide the product by 100, we get the simple interest. So simple interest is as follows. It is SI equals, this is simple interest, P, that is principal, multiplied by T, time, into R, rate, divided by 100. Now this is just the interest. If we talk about amount, that is the total amount that has to be given. So the amount is the sum of the principal and the simple interest. Along with the principal, we need to give this simple interest, and this total comes out to be the amount. So for instance, if the principal is 1500, time is 2 years, and the rate is 10%, then the simple interest would be 1500 into 2 into 10 upon 100. So SI is equals to 1500 into 2 into 10 upon 100. Now where does this 100 come from? Well, you can see that this 10 is there along with a percent sign. Percent, that means per cent, means that you have to divide something by 100. Cent actually is 100, you can say, and per is the division sign, so 10 per 100. So it has to be like that. This is where the 100 comes from. So the zeros cut out with zeros, 15 twos are 30 and 30 tens are 300. The SI is rupees 300. Now, what is the amount? Well, as explained earlier, amount is equal to SI plus principal. That means PTR by 100 plus P, that is principal. So, over here the amount is 300 plus 1500, that is 1800 rupees. I hope you all are clear with the topic. Thank you and have a nice day.